What's going on, y'all? So today I want to talk about homeless people just that are homeless. You know, we live in a world, United States, the world where we all can do a lot more to help people out. And I live in Baltimore. I lived in Baltimore City for 5 years. And I've traveled all through the city. I traveled through the city before I actually physically moved in the city. But now that I actually live in the city, I actually see more because I physically live in the city. So when you're there, you see a lot more. Of course, when you travel, when you go through, you see things and you already know what's going on. But when you're there every single day, you really, really do see a lot of things. And I know of one homeless shelter that's not too far from where I live at. And I drive past it every day. And I see people outside the homeless shelter. I see them laying down around it with their blankets. Now, the other day, I seen people feeding them, and which was a good thing. Now, one thing that I do understand, people feel like when you're dealing with homeless people, it's someone that's on drugs, someone that has a mental problem. And in some cases, yes, that could be true. It could be true, yes, of course. There's plenty of, chances that, you're going to run across somebody that probably, of course, have mental problems or have drug problems. But that's with anybody in the world. It's just not pertaining just to homeless people. Some people just had a bad situation. And sometimes a bad situation turned into somebody being homeless. And I know people have heard multiple stories about people that had a real good life and then something happened and they've been homeless for years and just been staying on the street. So it doesn't have to be someone with a mental problem or a drug problem to be homeless. I've seen people where I work at sleeping in their cars in the parking lot all day, all night. Like, it really doesn't have, it's colorless. Homelessness is colorless. It's like, it's emotionless. It's all that stuff. So it doesn't matter who you are. It could hit you and you probably, I'm not gonna say you probably don't know what to do. So some people go through it and they get out of it and they make it. So for those that actually done that, that is, much respect. You fought yourself through the situation, didn't allow for you not to have a place or a car to justify you staying down. So you kept yourself up, probably got help, which we all sometimes do need help. There's nothing wrong with getting help or asking for help to get yourself back on your feet. We need to be more like that for each other because it's times where you see somebody struggling and a lot of people think seeing someone struggling is a good thing. No, it's not. This world, we should never want someone to do bad at all. Like, we want you to do good. Now, if you're doing bad things, that's a different thing. Like, you want to say, you know what, you have to, we have to take care of the bad things that you're doing. But if you're going through something because of something just happening and you can't recover from it, you would probably would think that your family or your close friends would try to uplift you and they would try to keep you in a situation where they can help you out and get you back on your feet. A lot of times, like I said, when you see these stories, like whether they're on TV, when they talk about homeless people, they'll say that their family, they strayed away from their family or their family didn't want to help them out, things like that. Like I said, it's different types of story. I would never sit up here and justify one story for all homeless people or anybody that became homeless. Because like I said, it's just so many different ways people become homeless. I pray and hope every day that I keep my job, keep a roof over my head, keep a car, keep clothing. Because like I said, at any moment, anything could happen to where you could be in that situation of trying to figure out, where I'm gonna live at. man, do I sleep in my car for like a couple months or maybe 6 months and save some money if I have a job? Like, so many things that go on. Do I go get a job and see if I can stay somewhere and be like, can I pay you a couple $100s to stay here for like, every month until I get on my feet, and I'll pay you some more money once I get, I have a job. It's just so many deals you have to cut and so many things you have to try to do to get yourself back on your feet if you ever get in that situation. And like I said, sometimes when somebody's going through that, it's very hard to get a mindset and just get your mind right. Like I said, you don't know what you have to do until you get in that situation. So like I said, I would never judge anybody that's been in that situation, because you only know if you've been in a situation how it feels and how much you got to do and how proud of a person you could be to where you would not want somebody to help you, or you feel like asking for help is begging, versus actually having someone help you to get you up on your feet just for the moment, just so you can get back to where you were, or at least get to a situation where you're at least halfway where you were, so you can get back to normal eventually, because that's what we all strive for, to get back to normal, even if we're going through anything that is bad for us. And so as I speak about this, like I said, it just hurts me to see people like that. And I know people are going to say some people take advantage of the situation, because I know we all heard stories about and seen the stories where people pretend to be homeless and they're not homeless. They're getting into fancy cars, driving off and going to the... Now, I can understand that too. It's so much that goes on in this world. It's so much scamming and everything. But this story is really for the truly people that are actually homeless. I know it's places out there that help out, places that allow you to sleep. I don't know all the rules and everything that they go by when you're in these homeless shelters, but I know you have to at least do some basic stuff to get yourself in a situation of getting on your feet and everything. Sort of like being in a rehab facility. You know how they do these steps or these patterns, steps, programs and stuff to try to uplift you and everything. But the people out there, man, that are homeless, if y'all know anybody out there homeless, try your best to help them out. Like, try your best, like very best to help them out. We as people should always look to help each other out, regardless of the skin color, regardless, male, female, kids. Like, even if you have, like, it's kids out here that are homeless, it's like I said, I don't know the actual numbers. I'm not going to sit up here and pretend like I know the numbers, and I'm not going to throw no numbers out there, because that would be disrespectful. But I just know this world, we do have a lot of homeless people. And I think the world, ourselves, even myself, we can do a lot better to help those that need us, because it's just too much out here. I work in retail, and we have food, and you should see the amount of food. Like before I work at Walmart. I work at right now I don't work at a super center. I work at a smaller Walmart, but I worked at a super center, and we threw away so much food. We donated a lot, but we throw away so much food. And overall, the world, we throw away a lot of food, and it's sad, because when you sit up here and you see people that are homeless that have to dig through the trash can to get scrap pieces of food that somebody threw in the trash can that they no longer want, and to try to get a drink that somebody halfway drunk up. Like, it's sad to see something like that. And like I said, me personally, I feel like I need to do better. And one of my associates came to me about a month ago, and this is the reason why I'm doing this story. And she said to me, I was thinking about, getting some food together, getting some stuff together, and just feeding people. And she came to me because she know I'm the type of person that do things like this. I talk about a lot of things. I talk about what's bothering me. I talk about things that should be better. And she felt like I was the perfect person to actually start this with. And I told her, yes, I'd be willing to do it. Just let me know when you want to do everything, and we can do it, because I feel it's necessary, because it's not enough people out here, to me personally, I believe, that are not doing our fair share of helping the world. We're living, but we're not really helping the world. Put it like that. And she hasn't had that conversation with me. And I probably will be the one that probably refresh her memory and let her know that, remember that conversation you had with me, what's going on. Because I think now my mind is so set on just helping people out right now, like need to. Like we need to help each other out, it's we only can make each other stronger, seeing somebody out there and struggling and like I said, living on the street when it get cold, it's cold outside. It's very cold. It's hard to bundle up on concrete. It's hard to lay in the rain, trying to figure out a dry spot to lay it at night, So I'm going to try to do my best and get the situation to where I believe it should be personally for me. Because like I said, it always go through my mind, but I never set forward with it. You know how you think about something or you say you're going to do something and time go by and you've really never done anything about what you was talking about you want to do. So now I think I'm going to have to just put myself in motion. Like I said, I'll talk to the lady that came to me, but I'm going to set forward with a plan. I'm going to write down things and I'm going to see how the best way I can do it and to make it right. I'd like to thank y'all for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.